Well, hi, it's Jared from Strongrootsfarmoh. Today we're going to do a quick video about changing the head on a weeder. So I'm going to go from your standard string head to a wire brush head. So if you haven't seen it, I just did a video on my mechanical troubleshooting process and we rebuilt this weeder on video. Somebody gave me this weeder. They were going to throw it away. It would not run. It's a Stihl FS85 Weedeater. And so it was trash. And we took it and on video, we rebuilt it. I took you through all of those steps and we got it running. And then it brought us to this. It was an opportunity to try out this wheel brush for clearing fence rows on our small farmer homestead. This was recommended to me by a viewer, so I'm not getting paid to show this or anything. And I actually paid for that with my own money. I really want to try it, but I didn't want to put that on one of my good weeders because I didn't want to have that to do my yard and things like that. This was specifically going to be for brush. And since now that I have a $20 weeder, it's a good opportunity. We're going to change that out today. So never done this before. I'm going to take you through it. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. It really does help our channel. We're going to get to it, so stick around. Get started. I want to let you know the materials. So I have my grandfather called this a scratch-all, but it's like a point. You will need this, and you're probably going to need some wrenches, but I really don't know anything else other than that until I get into this. But I want to go over what I bought. So you saw the wire brush that I bought. This is all it came with. And then as I was looking at this and watching another video, I realized I also needed an attachment kit. This is the same kit that you're going to need if you want to put on a saw blade or any type of other blade. This video is universal for that. You don't have to do a wire brush. So anything, metal blades, whatever, besides the string. So all we've done up to this point is take our normal ring off by pushing these clips in, and this falls out. The same process you would use if you were going to add string back to the weeder. Next, we have to take this head off. So I'm trying to read. I don't have a manual for this because it wasn't my weeder, but I'm willing to bet this is going to be left-handed threads, which means that right is not tightened, right is loosened. Okay, so it's backwards. What we're going to do is take this point, and you can use any kind of piece of wire or something stronger, hopefully, but there's a little hole in the top here, and I want to show you that. Okay, so on the top head here, in the cast of the weeder itself, there's this little hole that you see right here. And I actually tried to give you and put in there what I recommended to you that worked in somebody else's video, but it doesn't fit. So I have a small screwdriver, right? And I'm going to stick that down in there, and you can hear it grinding, okay? And you're going to hear it fall into place. And now it locks this wheel. So basically, you're going to hold this in place and twist this off. And I'm twisting it right, okay? So it's clockwise if you're looking up at it. And so this is a left-handed thread nut. And we're going to spin this off. There's the camera there so you can see. So we're just going to keep spinning this, and then she falls off, okay? So this is just that outer casing. The nut is down inside of here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's molded in, okay? So the nut stays inside this, and this is it. So we have our three pieces here for our old housing, and then there's this washer and clutch looking thing in there, okay? I think we're going to end up leaving this on, so I'm going to put it back on, but that's it. But you should look in here and keep this clean, okay? So I've seen like fabric and wires or any kind of trash that got caught up in there or grass. You want to clean all that out. And then I'm also going to grease this just a little bit, this cylinder here. So I simply just put a rubber glove on, took some grease on the tips of my fingers, and went around that. You don't have to do this. You could use WD-40. You can use a spray can of white lithium grease. I just used grease out of my grease gun, which is a Lucas red sticky grease. It's basically just working as an anti-seize. So when we put this back on, it doesn't lock up. Okay, after the grease is on, we're going to put our original seal back in. This is smooth side out. So the smooth side goes down towards what would be the ground. And there's little notches there for a gear, and then you simply push that down and slide it on. That's all we do. Now my kit came with three main pieces. So this was separate from the kit that I got. It has this big washer looking thing. This keeps stuff from hitting the ground. It has this toothed washer which goes on the gears. And then it has our fine threaded left-handed nut, okay, which means left is tightened. Okay, so we're going to simply put this back together now. All right, so we've got our shim back on. Next is our new bristle head, okay? And there is a little notch in there that holds this into place. We're gonna put this beveled end in, and I'm gonna put it with the little flange. There's a little flange on this side here. I'm gonna put that little flange down, okay? Spin that till it's on the teeth, put my cap on, and then my left-handed nut goes on just like so. Okay, next we're gonna tighten this nut. It's a 3/4 inch socket. It may not be the same with whatever kit you buy or whatever you're trying to put on, but I'm willing to bet it's universal. But remember, right is not tighten, right is loosen, so we gotta go left on this to tighten. Okay, so I'm gonna hold whatever blade it is or bristles, and I'm simply gonna tighten this down to the German standards, which is Guten tight. Flip it back over, give it a little spin, make sure everything works pretty good. It doesn't wiggle, okay? So this thing is holding pretty tight, and there you have it. So just go through some tips here real quick. Good tools help, right? But do not over tighten, okay? This ratchet was a 3/8 ratchet. It's pretty hard to over tighten when my hand was all the way up here, right? I didn't have a ton of leverage breaking this down. So I'm just getting it good and tight, right? I'm not gonna torque it, just putting it on there, but you can over crank these. If this falls off, I wish this kit had an extra nut because it could come off over time of vibrating. So that is something you're gonna wanna check from time to time. Maybe every time that you put fuel in it, give that little finger test there. The grease is not necessary. It's just something I like to do. Think about this being down in the dirt and running in grass and all those things. Nothing should go up in there. That is a vinyl lock nut, which means it shouldn't come off. You don't need a lock washer. And it shouldn't allow anything to go past up into that cell. But there are gaps here, so I do know that stuff can get in there, so I chose to put the grease on. If you're gonna replace this back, you wanna wipe all that grease off, maybe clean it with some brake cleaner, and then reapply the grease to put the original head back on. Well, there you have it. It's all back together. I would love to have part of this video taking you out and showing you how this thing works, but there's about 12 inches of snow outside right now, so we're not gonna get to use this until spring a little bit. But it's here, it's ready, our engine is running, and we're ready to go as soon as the weather breaks and we can clean up to install new fence this year on our farm. Hope this video helps you. Please like and subscribe, follow along with us. If this is the first time to our channel, welcome. We are a farming and homesteading channel, but from time to time we do mechanical things like this. So there it is. Let me know your comments. Let me know what you think. If you think this thing will work, I'm curious. Has anybody tried one of these before and had them work? You know, let me know if the blade would be better, if a metal blade from Stihl would be better. Let me know what your comments are down below. Until next time, have a good one.